everybody, welcome back to the Mountain Dew Race Series. We're here once again after a few days off. I'm getting back in the swing of stuff, but it's getting down to crunch time here in the Mountain Dew Race Series, as you've been watching. There's only 6 races, including today's race, left before the cutoff for the Season 4 Championship race, 10-race playoff for the championship in the Mountain Dew Race Series. We're here back at the Tricky Triangle at the Pocono Raceway for the running of the Pennsylvania 400. And I reverted back to the 2011 track because the 2012 track, well, honestly was a wreck fest. And we had some pretty bad wrecks. And I didn't like that half the field, actually, requote that, 3/4 of the field basically wrecked out of the race. So I decided we're going to go back to the race track we went to last season. There's not probably going to be nearly as many wrecks, but a lot cleaner racing. And I reduced the racing down to 20 laps because honestly, this is a big track too, so we will keep that at shorter amount. But we getting ready to go racing here for race 21 as these drivers are trying to make their way into the chase and lock themselves a spot up for the playoffs. Michael Causey in the McDonald's Dodge is on the pole today, looking for his first win of the season. He's starting in a good spot at P1 with the winner from Kentucky, Jack Richards, starting second. Richards came in here 7th in the standings, so he needs a good run. The defending winner of this race, James McLeod, starts 3rd. This is his last victory. This marks a whole season for James McLeod since his last Mountain Dew Race Series victory. Still looking for that first win with his 25 car, but he's been oh so close so many weeks. Came in 3rd in the standings. He would like a win very badly. Brody Banta, the last winner we had, up on the outside in 4th place, is starting 4th. A big win last week at Indianapolis, his home track. So that was a huge victory for Brody Banta. And we got Steven Gonzalez starting 5th, another good qualifying effort. He's probably the best qualifier in this field. Eric Burden is there in 6th. Randy Carpenter 7th right there in the 41, with Zohar Munn in a Discount Tires 12 car in 8th. And you see Aaron Reed and Trent Dunham round out your top 10. And the points leader, Sean Henley, we're going to point out a couple people. Him and Jacob Rodriguez did not qualify well. There's Sean Henley, qualifying horrible. He's back here in about 28th position, I believe. And he had to go back a couple of rows. Actually, had to go back quite a bit. There's Jacob Rodriguez. He is starting 36th place. So the 2 guys at the top of the standings are qualifying horrible. So it's a big advantage for Jack Richards, James McLeod, Steven Gonzalez, and so on. But I know I'm going to stop talking here. So getting ready for race number 21 to go underway here for the Pennsylvania 400. We're waiting for the command and the starting lineup for today's race.
Just like
and I failed again. I'm just going to say it happened.
Today. We got a good race
Gentlemen,
car,
start your engines, blah.
All we got to do is just
Since
everybody
I never
carry
catch
the weight.
it, even though I do as quick as I can. But as the pace card heads off, there goes the field rolling by, and you see where your car is. Not many different paint scheme changes this week at all. Only a couple I know of. But here's your starting lineup for today's Pennsylvania 400. And there's your starting lineup for today's race, as we have a Dodge and a Toyota on the front row and a couple Chevys in row 2. The first Ford is back in 9th place, and Aaron Reed as the pace car is off. Michael Causey, Jack Richards will lead them down to the green flag, and we are racing here at Pocono. Don't know what to expect. I did a practice race and there was only a couple of wrecks, but that doesn't mean anything because of real race, a lot of things change. Michael Causey has the lead. I just started hearing a random popping sound. That was weird. Causey's pulling away right now as James McLeod clears Jack Richards for 2nd, and the field is still good right now as they're getting up to speed still. They're reaching 180, 190. Start curve right here in the tunnel turn. Causey's continuing to lead. He's putting some ground on James McLeod, who has a mirror full of Steven Gonzalez. Talking about these 2 drivers both need a win desperately. McLeod is second on the all-time win list behind Ralph Green with victories. I believe he has, I want to say 4, but it might be 5. I'm not sure. He will know because he'll correct me. He just lost second place to Steven Gonzalez, who's still looking for that elusive first win. I've documented a lot of times, and Pocono's not one of Gonzalez's favorite tracks probably anymore after what happened earlier this season when he had that horrible crash with Barney Ward. I think he ended up being a part of the C. Breton News intro. He became famous off that wreck, I guess, but not in the right way. But Steven Gonzalez is going to try to take advantage and take that motivation, kind of like Elliott Sadler, what he did when he had that bad wreck. And man, he just powered right past Michael Cosby. Wow, that was a power move. I don't even think Michael Cosby expected that. And Steven Gonzalez is to the lead. Oh, well, that was a power move by that Pennzoil Dodge. And Randy Carpenter started about 7th. He's already worked his way up to 2nd. We got 3 wide back here, and I don't know, something happened to the 19 car. He's off the pace, or he cannot get going. He just got shuffled out of line. Jack Richards going to have to fall back in line, or he's going to lose some spots. And it looks like the Red Bull cars are all merging to the front. Here comes Jason Marshall to the outside of Jack Richards with help from Danny Wells and Trent Dunham. Brody Vance's on the bottom behind Richards. And Cosby's going to drop to 4th place after leading the first couple of laps. We're going to go back through the field a little bit. There's Barney Ward. I don't know what's wrong with his car. He's on the opposite end of the deal. The other person involved with that Steven Gonzalez wreck earlier this year, and he's on the opposite end of the field. He's in last as Gonzalez is leading this race. There's Tim Fralick with Matt Wells, Emilio Navarrete, Ryan Acosta. He started dead last today. There's problems in qualifying for that 2 car, and he doesn't need this at all. He's been having some good runs, and this qualifying effort is really hurting him. And you can see the car is struggling. Doesn't look like it has any bite on the corners or anything. He cannot turn. He's trying to get some stuff going on the high side, but nothing's working. Matt Wells going under his teammate Liam Ervig as Adrian Becker, who had an outstanding run last week at Indianapolis. She finished 2nd in what has been a miserable season for that 42 car. That was a good momentum builder, but she's not doing good this week as she's trying to battle a wild card contender in Ryan Juke, who is starting to fall back as well. There's Jacob Rodriguez. He just went to the outside of Connor Breeden. Now he's going after James Qualls and Daryl Parsons. Rodriguez started in the back. He's trying to work his way up. And there is Aaron Williams, one of the wild cards as well, with 2 wins. The only driver with 2 wins this season. Right ahead of Brandon Parsons, who started to struggle lately. He's right in front of his father, Daryl Parsons. There's Red Bell racing with Ralph Green. Ralph Green, I believe, was contender last year. Oh, he about cut off Red Bell, and that was almost bad. He's now going around Taylor Orndorff and Zach Carlson. There's your winner from earlier this season at Pocono, Zach Carlson. He's not really doing that well right now. As Ralph Green, I believe, was contender last year, or not last year in this race for the win. Didn't get the win though. There's Sean Henley. He started 27th. He's only moved up to 24th. He's behind Seth Cole and Charles Jackson. They're about mid-pack, just biding their time, trying to get some position. Jessica Miller, Callum Wells up on the high side. Mike Becker, and I'm going to start working my way up. I'm slow going to this field right now. And there's Aaron Reed. He's back in 15th now. Jessica Lawrence trying to side draft off Eric Burton as Burton clears. There's the Zohar Mutton machine with Discount Tires on, a new sponsor on that car. Beanie Wells needing a good run. Looks like the top 10 have single filed out. Trent Dunham is 10th. Jason Marshall 9th. Dylan Young is 8th. He needs a good run as well. Matthew Rodriguez, who's been slowly doing better this season. He's gotten going late in the season. He's in 7th. Jack Richards now 6th. Brody Vanta just took 5th place away from him. He's right behind his good friend Michael Cosby, who's in 4th. Randy Carpenter's 3rd. And here comes James McLeod for the lead on Steven Gonzalez, who's led about the last 3 or 4 laps. And McLeod's going to go into his side. They're going to race side by side. And you know Gonzalez did not want to give it up, but he had to right there. So he could hold off Randy Carpenter. James McLeod, the GMAC, Ditech.com, 25 Chevy Impala is your new leader here. And we got a car blowing up. Oh, and it's Randy Carpenter. Carpenter's running 3rd. And that's a Red Bull, that's a Toyota right there, just blew up. Like Charles Jackson would say, no Toyotas! And Randy Carpenter out of the Red Bull Racing stable has just blown up. That could be bad news for his teammate Jack Richards, Red Bell, and Jason Marshall. 2 of them competing to try again the chase. And Marshall's up there running good too, and Carpenter's going to end up dead last, I believe. After all, oh, we've had a wreck. We have had a wreck. Mike Becker back here, Taylor Orndorff, and Ralph Green. Completely missed that. I was worried about the engine blowing up of Randy Carpenter. Don't know what happened back there. About to find out. as looks like Orndorff might be done for the day too. Another struggling this season. Struggles continue for that 91 team. That's 2 Evernham cars that are involved in that wreck. Mike Becker's the other one, and Ralph Green, his up and down season continues, and that streak of making the chase every season or finishing basically in the top 10 in points every season so far is in great jeopardy, as these bad finishes are going to start piling up and he's not going to be able to recover. Same thing for Mike Becker, and I believe Taylor Orndorff just dropped out of the race. Randy Carpenter, will find out what happened to him. As Mike Becker just continued on. Oh, we have another wreck. Oh, Seth Cole's got turned. Oh, Seth Cole he almost went upside down. Adrian Becker was in it. Is that Red Bell? She in it? Yes, she was. Okay, the wrecks are happening. Oops, wow, I said Ryan Acosta. Who drives this? Where does Ryan Acosta drive the 16 in? I just failed right there. Looks like there's Ryan Acosta, and he looks like he avoided it. Oh, Zach Carlson has damage. Another guy in the top 10 in points, I believe. Carlson came in here. He was 10th in the standings. Red Bell behind him, or in front of him actually, at 11. They were only separated by 5 points. They both have damage. Liam Arvik has damage. There's Aaron Williams. He looks like he has a little bit of damage. Can't tell though. There's Jacob Rodriguez has damage. There's Brandon Parsons Becker, Ryan Juke, Jessica Miller, Adrian Becker. Oh, she's smoking. After runner-up finish last week at Indianapolis, she's in trouble. Matt Wells. There's Barney Ward. Another bad race for that 5 car. Just the bad luck continues, and especially here at Pocono. Daryl Parsons and James Qualls. Qualls came in here 8th in the standings. I failed. 8th in the standings. Connor Breen's in it. We got a battle for the lead. Steven Gonzalez to the inside of James McLeod. We got slow cars on the apron drafting off each other. You don't see that every day. They're on the highway racing each other. There's Barney Ward on the apron, Connor Breen as well. These leaders have to watch out. Steven Gonzalez is taking the lead back. Okay, they're all getting off the track right here. Thank goodness. Adrian Becker is on the apron up here. That was interesting. You don't see cars do that every time. Okay, well, looks like we have a chance. It looks like the wrecking has stopped. We're going to go check out what happened. There's a couple of incidents. James McLeod is just taking the lead back from Steven Gonzalez. I don't know what happened to Gonzalez, but McLeod just took off again. It looks like McLeod is trying to repeat last season's success here and get his second victory here in Pocono. As we're going to go to the replay now and check out what happened early in this race, as the next lap is halfway. Alright, this is about mid-pack. Mike Becker is running 17th, so he's about where he started. He goes in here, and Charles Jackson, I don't know what happened there. Charles Jackson gets into Mike Becker, puts him up in the wall. Ralph Green, nowhere to go. Taylor Orndorff, nowhere to go. Zach Carlson does a great job avoiding. I think one more car gets involved. Maybe not. Nope, that was it. Oh, and then Taylor Orndorff turned his teammate. I don't think he was happy right there. Kind of turned him back around. We saw that. And then it wasn't 2 seconds later we saw Randy Carpenter blow up. Kind of fast forward. I mean, he was just solid running in 3rd, and the engine just let go. That's crazy. Guess we'll go check out now what else happened in this race. Alright, I'm not really sure what happened here, but this is actually within the top 10, I believe. Zohar Munn, actually he's 13th, but right outside of it. And going to this corner, Dougie Shears just completely missed it. Let's try that again. Alright. Dougie Shears dive bombs in the corner. Zohar Munn just gets hook bomb. Aaron Reed, nowhere to go. I keep going the wrong camera. Seth Cole runs into him. Callum Wells gets hit by Charles Jackson. There's Jessica Miller getting in it. Maybe Seth Cole gets airborne when he got hit by Daryl Parsons. Jacob Rodriguez got a piece of Adrian Becker like under him. Red Bell. Zach Carlson's going to slide in here. Runs back Emilio Navarrete. Still reckon James Qualls gets turned. Seth Cole's still getting hit back there. He's a big hitter right there. Matt Wells got a piece of Zohar Munn. Oh! Hard impact there. Ryan Jew, Connor Breeden, Daryl Parsons. Big hitter though, we saw right there. Sitting on pit road, Seth Cole. I don't know how bad it's going to hurt him, but Pocono really bit him in the rear today. Not what he needed at all. A tough break for him and all the other drivers involved in the wreck. Now we're going back to live action, and James McLeod is your leader. And we are back from the replays as we look back here at Michael Crosby actually got around Steven Gonzalez back for second. Gonzalez, I don't know what happened off turn 3 and 4. He just did not get going. He's going to dive bomb Kazi right here. Gotta be careful. That's where you get the run. You got to take advantage of those runs. You get Barney Ward is stopped on the track on Gatewood back there. James McLeod just saw those two Dodges just pull up right behind him pretty quick. He didn't even realize that now he's going to get going. It looks like Gonzalez trying to still get around Causey. Brody Banches has a challenge from Dylan Young for fourth. Dylan Young was solidly in the top 10 in points for a long time this season. Started struggling. Found himself 15th in the standings coming into this race as Trent Dunham's going to run on him here. Trent also needing a good run. He's in 9th in the standings. And he's going to get dive bombed, and so is Michael Causey. As it looks like Dunham and Banter are going to take advantage. But maybe not. The two Everingham cars are fighting back on the high side. Teammates. Kind of a different look for that 19 compared to the 9 since he's not driving the Dodge dealer's car. Looking back, Barney Ward has to return to back to pit road. Actually, I was looking to see where our points leader is. There's Sean Henley. He's actually running 13th position. He's survived everything so far. It's incredible. He's behind Cody Lamas, who has just wanted to finish a race. He's almost wrecked, I think, every race he's been in since he took over this 56 car. He's going under Dougie Shear for the... I think he's actually trying to get 11th place back from Dougie. Dougie's only about in his second or third start back. It's back in the Mountain Dew Race Series, and he's had his up and downs already. Had a good run going at New Hampshire and got wrecked. Jessica Lawrence back here with Dylan Pote. I didn't say anything about those two. They're 15th and 14th. Dylan Young has got kicked to the high side. He's on the high side of the Red Bull sandwich. He's one of the buns. Brody Banter. And there comes Danny Wells. Danny Wells and Eric Burton. A couple of drivers needing something to happen. Eric Burton came to 16th in the standing. He has a win though, but Danny Wells down there, 21st in the standing with no wins. He was in the top 10 in points, I believe, back around Daytona, which was about 3 races ago, maybe 4. And he's fallen all the way down to 21st. Struggles with a 60 car. Looks like a shadow of what happened with Blake Cooper last season in that car, and he doesn't want that to happen. And James McLeod is still just set and sail. We're already under 10 to go and halfway already. As McLeod leads another lap. I'm trying to figure out on the top of my head where McLeod started last year in this race. Because this is the race. The only race last year James McLeod won after finishing last in the standings with that 83 Red Bull race team he drove all 3 seasons of his career before this season. Only win last season. That was the only highlight of his season last year was this race 1 year ago, the exact Pocono race, second one and everything. McLeod won it, and he's out leading right now. If he started third, that is some major deja vu. And if he could pull off the victory and almost do the exact same things he did last year. So we got a battle back here for third. And look at Trent Dunham. He just found his way up to second. Dunham, the winner from Bristol, trying to get his first multi-win season in the Mountain Race Series of his career. 1 win each season, in each of the seasons, all 4. He's had 1 win. He's also trying to improve his best points position also in his career in the series, which is about 30-something. He's had horrible luck in the series. And right now he's 9th in the standings, trying to make his first ever chase. As Danny Wells now is pulled away to 3rd, we got a battle back here for 4th. Steve Gonzalez is starting to struggle. He just gave up 4th place to Eric Burton. I think he's trying to fall in line somewhere. And Jason Marshall just got out of the throttle. I don't know what happened there. He's going to get back around him. Michael Causey. Here comes Cody Lamas, who has worked his way into the top 10. Good run for that Napa Toyota out of Michael Waltrip Racing. Teammate to Charles Jackson, Eric Burton, and Daryl Parsons, a part of the 4-car operation over there in Michael Waltrip Racing, or MWR, whichever you want to refer to it as. He is, I think, the highest running one. No, Eric Burton is. Daryl Parsons was involved in the wreck as well as... I just went brain dead all of a sudden. There's Charles Jackson. He looks like he's alright. He's back here in 17th place with Emilio Navarre right behind him. There is Ryan Acosta running 19th. Looks like he's going to salvage an okay day. Zach Carlson's running 20th. Different scenario for him. 10th in the standings. He doesn't need to be running 20th. He needs to be up there more. Tim Fralick back here survived. There's Brandon Parsons. Brandon came to 12th in the standings but no wins. He basically feels like he's like 18th in the standings with all the people with wins ahead of him for the wild card spot. Aaron Williams just got around Jacob Rodriguez, one of his teammates. Well, actually, he stayed in 25th. Back here behind Liam Ervig. And Jacob Rodriguez, 26th. And with him struggling, and Henley's actually running okay. I think Henley's almost in the top 10. He's back here about 15th place. It makes you wonder how they're going to do with the points lead. James McLeod is 3rd in the standings. He's going to definitely cut into the lead if he stays where he's at. As they're going to be catching Red Bell pretty soon, but James McLeod has company behind him as here comes Trent Dunham. trying to spoil the party for James McLeod, who just wants to win. We got 5 laps to go, and he's going to do whatever he has to hold off that 8 car. It looks like it's coming alive the later this race goes. Dunham's making a move to the inside. McLeod saw it, and he kind of moved down a lane, so he broke the momentum of the 8 car. And it really did, because he can go way back. Interesting scenario right there. There goes Red Bell by. That is Trent Dunham's girlfriend. Do you think he would have, or she would have, any kind of involvement if McLeod loses the lead and allows Trent to get around? That's interesting to wonder. Now, that would be a good strategy for Trent, but I don't know if they actually would do that. We'll see if Red would do that for Trent or not. I don't think that'd be the right thing to do, but it could happen. Danny Wells in 3rd place. He could take advantage of them racing up there. And when they catch Red Bell, Eric Burns emerged up into 4th, and Steven Gonzalez is 5th. They've made a gap to 6th place Cody Lamas, who looks like he's having his best run of his season so far in his young career here in the Mountain Race Series. He's a rookie, kind of not going to be running well for Rookie of the Year, which has a big class of drivers this season. Lamas came in here late, so it's not really going to help him at all. Yeah, Dougie Shears running 7th, good run for him. Like I said, just returning. Michael Kaji's dropped back to 8th. Jason Marshall is in 9th, the car that won this race a season ago right there. And Dylan Young's in 10th, but here comes Brody Banta to the inside. He's going for 10th place. He would like to get another top 10. Banta's trying to work his way into the top 20 in the point standings. He's been about 27th to 31st-ish, about that range all season long in the points. Banta actually won last week, got up to 24th in the standings. And looking at the list right now, Jessica Miller had her struggle with Barney Ward out of the race. Danny Wells is ahead of him. Ryan Jukes behind him. There's a good possibility that this driver, this car, can almost get in the top 20 in the standings with that win and maybe an eligible wild card contender. To wait and see on that. There's Sean Henley getting around Dylan Young, who is starting to fall back tremendously in that 9 car. Here, go back up to the front, and we do got a battle for the lead. We're going to take a quick commercial break real quick, and we'll be right back after this. And we are back. Sorry about that. We didn't miss much as McLeod did not get off the corner though. Trent Dunham snuck under him and got the lead, and Danny Wells took advantage and got 2nd. And they're catching Red Bell. Here's a crazy scenario. What will happen here? James McLeod, I know he's not done. Oh, this is going to be bad. This would be a horrible way to lose a race if you get screwed by your own girlfriend, no pun intended. But Trent Dunham's going to try. He gets around Red Bell. Now she's trying to hold up Danny Wells, and I'm starting to suspect it is happening. So it's going to be a 5-car race for this win. There's a big gap to 6th place Cody Lamas. 2 laps to go for Trent Dunham. All these drivers are in different scenarios, and a lot of them are just trying to, besides James McLeod, these other 4 are trying to get in the chase and try to get a win. McLeod just got attacked by Eric Burton right there and going to lose 3rd. Steven Gonzalez can try to follow through to get to 4th. McLeod's worst nightmare is coming true. And Danny Wells is driving all over Trent Dunham for this lead, but here comes Eric Burton. Oh, we kind of wrecked in the back there. I don't know who wrecked. Brody Banta, I think, wrecked. Danny Wells tried to use something going, but he got kicked to the high side. Here comes Eric Burton now. Burton's car's coming alive all of a sudden. Can Trent Dunham hold on and stay ahead of Eric Burton? And Burton is driving very hard to get up on Trent Dunham. Dunham's going to try to hold off. Burton is making a huge run. Danny Wells fell all the way back to 5th. The white flag is in the air for Dunham, who has a mirror full of Eric Burton, who is trying to come after him right here for this win late. James McLeod's running 3rd, but he's starting to fall back. Steven Gonzalez and Danny Wells are going to try to recover and try to make another run at it. But there's a wreck happening. James McLeod got a huge run on Eric Burton, who did not get off that corner well. That might have cost him the race, as Dunham's going to pull away with the mess up of the 40. McLeod's going to try to dive bomb him if he wants to win this race. They both try to dive bomb Trent Dunham, and Burton actually got a huge run on Dunham. And Dunham has the lead though, but here comes Eric Burton. He's peeking to the inside. Is Burton going to dive bomb? He does. Eric Burton dive bomb Trent Dunham. I don't think he's going to be able to catch him. Dunham's going to get around the high side. He'll try to catch him, but Eric Burton's going to try to clear him. They're coming to the checkered flag. Burton's going to get him. Eric Burton wins the Pennsylvania 400. Eric Burton takes the win away from Trent Dunham and others. Coming out of nowhere, I thought he lost the run over there off turn 2, I believe, or something. And he fell back. And then he had an attack from James McLeod, and he somehow cleared him, stayed in front of him. Then he got the dive bomb on Trent Dunham, and it stuck. and he cleared them. Dunham tried to come back, but so close for Trent Dunham and James McLeod and others. Eric Burden's going to become only the second driver this season to win multiple races. This is his second win. Remember, he won his debut race at Texas, and this changes everything in the wild card race now. Now we have two drivers with 2 wins that came in here not in the top 10 in the point standings. We'll see where this ranks Burden at in the points, and we have to keep an eye on where Aaron Williams is as well. This is bad news for all the drivers. Only have 1 win or they're not in the top 10 in points. This completely changes everything. Eric Burden gets a win for MWR. They had him win earlier this season, like I said, at Texas in the debut race. Charles Jackson won at, I already forgot, that's New Hampshire. And this does definitely change everything. And now MWR picks up the 3rd win of the season and the 2nd one for Eric Burden in his young rookie career season and everything, as Burden will take the win here at Pocono. Congrats to him and the whole 40 team. And also I wanted to mention to you guys, if you're actually not skipping ahead of the video, if you're hearing this, please do not spoil the races. I'm getting ticked off by that. There's going to be major consequences for people that start doing that, and I don't want to have anybody lose a chance to win a race or racing or whatever just because they spoil the race. People want to watch this race. Don't spoil the race winner, as my chair continues to make popping sounds. But just don't spoil the race, guys. You guys are smart. You guys can make comments that doesn't say I win. Please don't do that. If you do, you're going to really pay for that in one of these races you come up in. If you're doing good, I don't want to hear it when you guys don't get a race, or you have to, get penalized or some points, because easily I could take points away for spoiling. That's ridiculous. That's kind of respect factor, guys. So please make sure you don't spoil the race if you win. It's easy to say, oh, good race or whatever. Just something simple. It doesn't look obvious. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But Eric Burns, your winner. Trent Dunham, 2nd. Thought he had his 2nd win in the bag. Looks like he has to wait for another day. James McLeod, 3rd. Also 3rd in the standings. This is going to help him tremendously in the points. Maybe. But actually, I just have to sneak down there and look in the running order. Steven Gonzalez, 4th. He needs that. Danny Wells, 5th. Good run for him. Cody Galama, 6th. Michael Cosby, 7th. Sean Henley, 8th. Jessica Lawrence, 9th. And Dougie Shears, 10th. You got Jack Ridgers in 11th. Dylan Poteet, 12th. Dylan Young dropped to 13th. Matthew Rodriguez, 14th. Ryan Acosta, 15th. You see, had another solid run. Charles Jackson, 16th. Emilio Navarre, 17th. Zach Carlson, 18th. Brody Banta, 19th. And Brandon Parsons, 20th. Now, I just thought, I did see something happen, I think either going to the white flag or something like that involved the 78 car. I have to go wait and see what happened. And also, I forgot to point out, Sean Henley did end up 8th, so the points leader did actually survive somehow. So, that's going to be interesting. Tim Fralick, Jason Marshall, Callum Wells, Liam Ervig, Aaron Williams, Jacob Rodriguez, Mike Becker, Aaron Reed. 28 cars on the lead lap, that was it. Red Bell was a lap down 29th. And the drivers that fell out of the race, we got Jessica Miller, Ryan Juke, Adrian Becker with a broken piston, Connor Breen had a radiator issue, Matt Wells broken camshaft, Daryl Parson broken valve, James Qualls no fuel. That's a sad way to fall out of a race, and that's going to hurt James a lot in the points. Big hit for him, as well as Ryan Juke, who's a wild card contender and everything. Red Bell also, Aaron Reed, Seth Cole. You see Barney Ward fuel leak. Seth Cole with a bad wreck. Zohar Mudden, Taylor Orndorff, Randy Carpenter with a broken camshaft. What happened to him? And Ralph Green will end up dead last today. So now we're gonna go back and check out what happened to Brody Banta. We only caught a glimpse of the wreck. We didn't really go back and check it out because of the race for the win. So we'll see what happened to Banta and who else was involved possibly. Well, this is an interesting scenario. You don't see it because of the U.S. Air Force billboard, but they're racing up here. Brody Banta is running in 10th place. They're behind Cody Lamas. Jason Marshall goes up into Dougie Shears. They're rubbing doors, and Jason Marshall completely hooks Dougie Shears down into Brody Banta, who just barely gets clipped. Sean Henley got a piece of it. Going to turn Banta up into the wall. Jason Marshall goes up as well. Two drivers need a good run. They're not going to get it now because of that wreck. Banta continues on. Marshall continues on. Nobody else hits him, I believe. That's what ruined their day. But tough break for them. They both had cars capable of being in the top 10, but guess it wasn't meant to be. Tough break. I don't know what happened there. I don't know why Jason Marshall got into Dougie Shears, but he ended up getting the wreck himself, so that was crazy. But we'll go back to the results page. Alright guys, one last look at the one last look at the finishing results from here at Pocono. There you go. Points will be in the description as usual. I'm actually going to probably start screenshotting it, where it'll be at the end of the video, and you'll just see it right there for yourself. I'll probably start figuring that out, probably not this race, but next race, so I don't have to put in the description every time. So that way it won't be revealed who wins. But we'll talk about that at a different time. But Eric Burdon's your winner today, his second career victory and second of the season. And he takes the win here at Pocono. We're going to go to the post-race screen and show you where we're racing next week here in the Mountain Race Series with 5 races left before the chase cutoff. Alright guys, we're going to be going to our final road course race of the season. We're going to be going to Watkins Glen, which I don't know where it is right now. I'll have to go figure that out. But that's where we're going next, and I really don't know what actually happened to it. I'm missing some tracks, I need to go figure that out. But that'll be going for race number 22. So I'll see you guys there, and congrats one last time to Eric Burdon for picking up the win at Pocono. And make sure you guys continue to comment. As usual, I haven't said anything about it, but I think you guys got the deal. So hope you guys enjoyed the race, and I hope it's not as bad of a wreckfest as the last one, which I think the racing was a little bit better, so maybe I should stick to this one instead. But thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys next time for the next Mountain Race Series race, and stay tuned for the Mopar Nationwide Series season races as well, as both seasons wind down, and we'll be looking forward to Season 3 of that series and Season 5 of the Mountain Race Series coming up hopefully sometime this fall or whatever. But patience and time will wait for it. So I will see you guys next time, and thanks for watching.